Hello everybody, this is Purge bringing you a Pugna gameplay. I played this game 2 days ago, I think, with some of my friends. Some of my Wisconsin friends played with Chachi and Jerry and my friend Chris, and we didn't know Orange, so that is everybody that we knew in this game. I random Pugna this game, which I was pretty happy about, because I actually haven't gotten a Pugna video up in a really long time. He's been changed slightly over time, and I can talk about a lot of those changes while we go over the replay commentary. I hope you guys have been liking the greater volume of videos. I spent a lot of time yesterday. What did I do? I was updating my in-game guides. I think I talked about that, but that I got them fixed. But I updated about 10 of them yesterday, and I still have another like 10 to 15 to go. So I'll probably tackle that more this afternoon, and then maybe start working on some new ones. Because I only have about, I think I only converted about 20 of the heroes in the game, something like that. Anyways, Pugna as a hero has been very minorly changed. His skills are the same, but they've been buffed in various ways. Netherblast is the same. Oh, that's not true. It's actually does more damage to structures than it used to. It used to do like 30 or 40%. Now it does half damage. So it does an insane amount of damage to buildings. We'll see that later as I blast them. Decrepify has been buffed as well. It slows. Alright, so what it does normally is it increases damage amp and it slows your opponents. I think the cooldown got buffed maybe a little bit, and also the first duration did as well. It used to be 1.5, I think. Now it does 2 seconds. Now when you cast on your allies, they take bonus magic damage, and they also move slower, but it's not as much as it does to your opponents, so you don't have to be as worried about casting Decrep on your allies to keep them alive. I don't cast Decrep on my allies that much this game. It's very often difficult to know when to cast it on people, but generally it's a good thing. Generally. Especially now, because it just does a damage amp. Less of a damage amp than it used to. If we look at the heroes in this game, you know what? I need to turn my sounds down. I really need to turn my sounds down. Game volume. I'm gonna turn this down just a little bit. Because whenever like game sounds happen, it's like overwhelming and it makes me have trouble talking. Heroes that's good against in this game, I would say if Bloodseeker doesn't have a Dagon, you could decrep somebody that's being ruptured. If Broodmother is silence somebody and he's right-clicking with his ulti on, I would also decrep him or the Brood would both work. Your third skill has been buffed as well. It takes 4 attacks to destroy, so Netherward is pretty good. I was looking at this as well, and Netherward actually, it scales pretty good. I decided to get decrep here to use it to enhance last hitting, and I think this is useful. I just did it on a whim right at the start of this laning stage because Bloodseeker is so good at laning. Unfortunately, I didn't get that one, but Bloodseeker last hits really effectively, basically. So you kind of have to be able to get some kind of lane control, and I felt like Decrep was actually really useful with that because it's only 60 mana. It's not very expensive, and it gives you 2 seconds where you're going to get a last hit. It's not as good as having a banish if you're playing OD, for example, but it gives you an option. You know, that was kind of nice. The biggest issue with Bloodseeker is that like, he's gonna heal. I mean, look at that. I've casted this like 2 or 3 times now, and I'm still have a lot of mana pool. This felt really good. It's useful as well, but if you let Bloodseeker get last hits when he has Blood Rage on, then the problem is that he's going to get healed up. If he does have it on though, I don't know if he has a Quelling Blade or not. Unfortunately, I didn't get that last hit. I think he wrecked me right here. Yeah, he did. He got like 2 or 3 last hits that I was trying to fight him for. That was really a waste of a blast right now. Big mistake on that one. If he's not hitting you though, and he does have Blood Rage on, he takes bonus damage. So don't be afraid to harass, especially if you're playing Pugna. Pugna can last it quite well. And if you look at last hits, we're actually even. So I'm pretty happy about this, considering I'm an int hero. Can kind of deny some of his last hits here. My mana's a bit low here, so I don't feel completely comfortable decrepping now. But doing a blast here or there is really good. But you have to be careful. He can very quickly outlast hit you if you're not careful. At the very least, make him trade. I should have focused a bit more on last hitting though, because I could have got my bottle quite a bit earlier. I just got it here. So this is a pretty typical build for the mid lane. 1 decrep is usually worthwhile in getting. It's a bit of a gank here, maybe not the best gank, but it did zone him back a little bit. It's pretty important to have at least 1 decrep, and especially against a melee hero, I think that's needed. We just saw a Windrunner over here. Like, there's no reason not to have decrep against a melee hero because you're going to get those chances to blast. If you're against a ranged hero, you could probably max blast and Netherward and leave it at that. But this game I went a little bit different of a skill build because I expected to need Decrepify a lot, essentially. I also looked at the Netherward scaling, and it doesn't scale that amazing, actually. It's a good scaling spell, but it isn't super needed. In the past, maxing out the Netherward would actually increase his. This part was really frustrating. He had a bunch of bonus damage and movement speed because my allies were really low HP. That's why he's so faster. When he has that movement speed, I can't deal with him. But Netherward actually doesn't scale that amazing. In the past, the HP would increase as you got more points of it, and the AoE would increase. But the ward attack radius is the same at all levels right now, and also the damage per mana scales decently, but not amazing. It's a 25% increase but from the first to second level, and then it scales at a lower and lower percentage every time after that. So it's actually not that amazing to level up Netherward. The only thing that really scales amazing on this is the mana leak, which is a very small reason to level up the skill in my opinion. It's pretty good in the early game because it's a bigger percentage of their mana pool than in later, because it's not a percentage base, it's like a physical number. That part's pretty good, but that's not why you get it. You get it so that your opponents take damage when they cast spells, and it does scale better with lower levels, but I would even argue that delaying Netherwood levels in certain strats is okay in exchange for decrep levels, because the decrep cooldown goes down very low. And look at the uptime. It's 6 seconds cooldown, 3.5 seconds duration. If you're playing against a Phantom Assassin in the early game as Pugna, and you can keep him decrept for 3.5 seconds out of 6 seconds in the early game, that's amazing, because you're not going to hit him anyways, right? So if you can keep him decrept before he has BKB up, the guy's not attacking anything, he's really slow, and your magic damage will do even more damage to him. It's pretty cool, actually. I feel like there maybe is some viability in Pugna and Decrepify that isn't being utilized. I mean, part of the problem is that nobody plays Pugna in the pro scene, so us understanding this or not is a little, I mean, it's something that's a little unknown, but I don't know. I think there's a possibility here. It worked out really nice. It was a nice gank from the orange guy. I was really happy about that gank. Really good timing. The Bloodseeker's at half HP. He could grab experience while I go for the rune. I was pretty down with that. My mana was a little low, but it worked out perfectly. I was super happy with that gank. I think I'm going back to heal here. I told him to stay because my mana was so low. One of the problems with Pugna is his int pool is so big that if you run out, a bottle is not going to fill it up. Like, this is only 210 mana. That's going to give me half of my mana pool, and there's no point to waste it just for that. So I'm going to go back to heal. I can grab some items. I can also go try. I think we were trying to rotate here. I have hiccups. The reason we were trying to rotate was because the safe lane was having a lot of trouble versus Brood, so I decided to go to the bot lane to try to farm against the Brood. Because I have a big AoE spell, it's very spammable, it does good damage. I thought, oh, yeah, I'll be able to deal with this Brood. It's going to be no problem. So I bought a headdress, and I bought a TP scroll. This will give me more regen, it'll give me a little bit of HP, and I thought this will be a good way to deal with the spiders. The problem is that the spiders are fast as hell, and they're really hard to blast, and I found this out immediately. I was like, I'm going to blast these spiders, and almost every single time I tried to blast the spiders, I missed. Almost every single time. It's like, maybe he's hiding in the trees. Nope, didn't get him. This is really unfortunate.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is
I really wanted to blast before I life drain. Oh yeah, that's one of the skills that got changed. Life drain now hits. You can use it on allies as well. So you can basically drain your HP and your allies to heal them if you need to. It's kind of scary because it's a lot of damage. You end up losing a lot of HP by using this, but if you have a lot of ways to catch up with that, like an urn or a mech or bottles or things like that, it can be kind of okay. So you have to be careful. If I would have been there a little bit earlier, I maybe could have turned that because I would have been able to heal the Jakiro after blasting. The spiders would have probably died. It would have been pretty cool, but it didn't work out. It looks like I can kind of see like where the spiders are. That's interesting. Must only be in the replay. I don't imagine that works like that in the actual game. Look. Oh, nothing. Got nothing. It's so hard to get them. Mech's a really good choice as well if you are. I actually got some gold there. That was good. Got a lot there. This felt scary. I was like, I'm gonna die. I decided to run home.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That was unfortunate. So got a buckler next. That'll give me a lot of armor. That'll block damage from the spiders. It'll block damage from physical sources. It's not that amazing in this game, but having the mech is good. I like going mech rush on Pugna. It's pretty useful to have, especially if you're worried about the damage your team is taking. The problem with this build in some games is that if your mid hero is a Pugna, your damage output in the late game is weak. Your damage in the early to mid game is pretty good, but in the late game it's not the best. I don't remember if they got this kill or not. He ended up surviving, I think. I knew I needed to TP to try to save this guy because he was in trouble. I was like, if I don't go here, that might be bad. And I was like, I'll spam, I'll get the spiders. I really should have bottled up the Chaos Knight here. I don't know if I did it for a while. But getting a mech is pretty good on Pugna. You can get away with just Brown Boots Pugna, it's not that bad. What I really should have done is decrept myself. I got wrecked there, that was really stupid. As soon as the spiders started hitting me, I think I should have decrept myself right off the bat and then just blasted. Because if he nukes me there, I'll take bonus damage, but it's not so much that the spiders will be compensated. Like, I also should have probably just mana drained right off the bat. It was just dangerous. Like, I have low armor on a Pugna and my HP is pretty low. I need to be able to use bottle and mech and life drain to make things pay off, so that was just really greedy by me. Also, if you're farming for a mech and you're close to a mech but you don't have it yet, in a lot of cases, it's a lot better to just passively farm until you can finish the mech, because at least if you're worried in any way about dying, like if you can go push a tower or whatever and there's no threat that you're gonna die, that's fine. But if you're going to a brood lane to be like, yeah, I'm gonna push a tower against this, it's so high risk. It's not really worth going for that. It's a lot safer for me to go back to the mid lane and farm mid and guarantee that I get a mechanism. That way I can have a big burst heal. I mean, I only have 758 HP. Your strength gain on a Pugna is terrible. It's 1.2. Look at this damage, though. It's amazing. Should have bucklered here to give armor to my creeps. That damage is so stupid. It is so stupidly high.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Like, this is actually one creep wave, and I, like, killed this tower. Isn't that crazy?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Luckily for me, they didn't actually glyph, so I got a free tower. Like, isn't that insane how fast I took that tower? Like, that's something to be valued in the Dota game. Like, definitely. There's no confusion to be had about that. Got a regen here. Got my mech finished. Gonna fly my mech out. Brown Boots is fine, I think, because your int gain is... Look at my int. I have 54 int. I was so sad that I wasn't here a second earlier. I should have blasted this first. I almost got him. I could not believe it. I think I mech'd my ally. I wanted this kill so bad. Guess what? Don't get it. 3 seconds to life drain. Oh, I actually maybe could have gotten that. You know what? If I committed and I life drained, I would have gotten him. But I was focusing on right clicking and not life draining. I think I could have gotten him. The reason he didn't die was because he boat buffed himself. Because when I did the decrep life drain combo, it was doing half damage. I also should have decrep blasted and then life drained and it would have killed him. But I thought that it was going to be enough just to do decrep life drain. I kind of like re-remembered how to play Pugna this game. So you'll have to excuse me when I play terribly. At least for the first like half. I also don't have any netherward levels, which you could probably criticize fairly. This is most likely a mistake. 3 levels of decrep is maybe useful, but not really the right thing to do, I don't think. Didn't want to decrep there because I knew the Chaos Knight was going to want to be right-clicking, so I just opted for Life Drain alone with the blast. And you'll also notice my mana pool got full, and that's because Life Drain got buffed in a couple ways. Got buffed in a lot of ways. First of all, the mana drain, or the drain per second is really high at level 1, it does 120. The other cool part is you can use it on your allies to heal them. The third cool part is that if you're full HP and you're life draining somebody, you gain mana instead. The life that you're draining gets turned into mana. So in a lot of ways, you don't need mana items as badly as you did in the past. In a lot of ways, you just need survivability items on Pugna, in my opinion. Treads is really good because it increases your attack speed and your base damage is huge because your int is huge. So Treads is a good option, but I think Brown Boots is pretty okay in this here. You can also do Phase if you want to make up... if you want to give yourself more mobility. He's really fast as a hero. He's 370 with Brown Boots, which means his base is 320. So if you get Phase, you're getting a lot of leverage out of the Phase Boots. So Phase Boots can be good. But I think Treads or Brown Boots is really all you need to get. At this point, I want to increase my survivability more. And Point Booster was going to be the way to do that. I should have dropped my Nether Ward. I don't know why I didn't. Oh, I think when I was playing this game, I was watching the Gurg episode. I could have killed this guy maybe. I don't know. It's a solution to the boat. You just stay close to where it was cast and you're fine. That was not played well. Anyways, I was listening to the Gurg episode that was on like 2 days ago when I played this game, so I was playing really weird. I was playing really, really weird. It was not very focused. I was kind of distracted, so that's my excuse. Anyways, should have planted the ward. I should have gone for the Kunkka kill. All I had to do is decrep blast, ulti him. I think it would have been okay. Probably would have killed him. I don't know if he had torrented yet. But if I'm life draining, I should be watching out for torrent. But yeah, like 2 levels of Nether Ward kind of does what it needs to. I'm getting like, what's 1.25 out of 1.75? Because that's really all that I'm interested in. Where's my calculator? 1.25 divided by 1.75. That's like 71% of why I get that skill is already gotten. So 71% with 2 skill points. Again, the mana drain is half utilized. The damage amp is at 75%. That's pretty good, honestly. For the 2 extra skill points, my decrep cooldown goes down and my duration goes up by 1 second. So it's, I don't know, I feel like a skill build like this is maybe what you should be doing as Pugna. I feel like nobody ever looks at this hero because he's just written off. They're like, oh, the hero sucks, don't get him. Like, oh, don't play the hero. If you do pick him, you max out Nether Ward second, which is the build to always do in the past. But like decrep scales, maybe not much better than Nether Ward, but I feel like Nether Ward is already pretty good at the levels that it gives you. And that since the damage is unreliable, and by that I mean that it's your opponent's choice whether or not they cast when it's up. Sometimes they're forced, and you're forcing them to do that, but your opponents choose whether or not they cast in this. And in some ways that means that those points can be wasted, and your hero doesn't maybe scale as well as he should because of it. So I don't know. Against the right heroes, I think maxing decrep is the way to go. And since it's been buffed and buffed and buffed, there's going to be a point again where Pugna is picked once again. And we will see him in the pro scene. But I don't know if that time's yet, but I think it's getting close. At least that's kind of how I felt this game. Anyways, building towards a fast Aghanim Scepter. This is going to allow me to heal my allies. And I think that's pretty good. You can also go fast BKB. I think that's sometimes the right decision. But fast Aghs is pretty good on this hero. It increases your HP by a lot. Again, his HP is low because his strength gain is weak. I really wanted to gank this mid. That was a mistake. Really shouldn't have gotten drained here. Really unfortunate.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Little mana drain to guarantee the skill. Little decrep there. Got the rest of the spiders. That's good. Could have decrept my ally there. If I would have decrept the Tusk, he would have survived, I think. Really close. Okay, got a ward. Pretty good fight though. We ended up killing the brute. Look, we got 4 heroes and we lost like 1 or 2 maybe. That's pretty solid. We lost Jakir right at the start. That was basically like a fight that they shouldn't have forced everybody on. They should have just probably, I don't know. It wasn't a good place for them to start a fight because there's probably all their heroes were probably surrounded here, and they came and slowed in, or ran in one by one. So that's pretty good for us. Yeah, by level 11, I actually like this skill build a decent amount. I think this is good. Decrep is quite a bit better. It used to slow your allies by 50% and reduce their magic damage, and now it's also slowing. It's not slowing their movement speed as much, as well as the magic resistance. So it's becoming better and better. 25% is not that bad to deal with in a team fight. It's not completely debilitating like 50%. As 50% is a huge slow. 25 is not that bad. So I was kind of looking at the scaling here, as you can see with my mouse. Anyways, healing back up. Gonna finish the Aghs when I can. You might be wondering why I'm not buying the components. It's basically because I don't have item slots, so I don't really feel the need to purchase them. Did Chachi have a... Yeah, Chachi had a gem at this point, so... That maybe could have been a kill if they got the ice shards off, but... Oh man, that was so close. Look at that slow. Oh, this blast was so bad.
Top tower is under attack.
God, how terrible this was.
My quiver is empty.
Is that man invisible? Did he look? That guy's still alive. How'd that guy go invisible? Does he have a Shadow Blade? Oh, yeah, it's a Shadow Blade. Alright. That was too unfortunate. That's because Chachi had to run back because his HP was really low, and he was the guy with the gem,
Radiant's
so
top tower
lost
is
out a
under
little bit there.
attack.
That's too bad. It was still a pretty good fight, I think. It wasn't too bad. This is kind of dangerous. Oh, I went home, sorry. I thought I went top. I was like, why would I go top? That looks really scary. Didn't die. It's good to know. Fight was pretty good. Maxing out ward here I think is pretty good. Pretty good to do max this out. I should be decrepping heroes like Brood though. Probably decrep Brood in team fights just generally. There's no point not to. Unless he's getting... I mean, we have a lot of magic damage. Unless he's going to get Walrus punched, I think it's fine to just decrep him if we're jumping on him. I don't think I should be afraid to do that. Life Drain at this point does 160 HP per second. It's a lot. You actually drain the amount that you're doing to him, by the way. So you don't automatically get 160 per second. If they have a hood, you're going to be draining less over time. So you'll have to be aware of that. Oh, this is scary. Stun. So really very zealous. Oh, this is scary.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh. I'm terrified. Decrep myself? Holy shit, decrep myself. Alright, we're good. That was terrifying though. I don't think I did that very well. That was kind of him feeding me there. Feeding us, but could have done that a lot better, I think. That was very scary looking. So unfortunately a little faster than us. If we had any kind of slow there from range, we could have gotten him. The Brood thing, first of all, it's really important that you use mech as soon as you lose your first 250 HP. A lot of people will hold it until they get really low, but that's a mistake. The reason is because it gives you 2 more armor. So as soon as you lose your first 250 HP, you want to pop the mech. Pop the mech right away. That way all the damage you take from there on is further reduced by the armor. So don't be afraid to use it early. Especially if you're being solo ganked like that. If you're not worried about using it on your allies, then use it right away. Same goes for an AoE. If your whole team takes an AoE, pop the mech right off the bat. You want to give them armor for the rest of the fight. It's a very small thing, but it can make a difference. I should have probably decrept myself earlier and just life drained one of the spiders. It's a little scary though because my cooldown wasn't 0 then. When you get Aghs, your cooldown becomes 0 for life drain. You can cast it whenever you want to. So it becomes really, really useful for staying out on the map. Again, we're going to have a bit of problems with the mana unless we life drain opponents. You can't life drain creeps for mana, by the way, only HP. You can creep, or you can life drain opponents for mana. But nobody's going to stand around and be like, yeah, sure, I'll let you refill, no problem. At this point, things get pretty scary because we don't have vision on the map. My armor's a bit better now. My HP's pretty good, my mana pool's good. And unfortunately, my team is starting to fight here. Or more, not starting to fight, but getting engaged on. So I'm going to run across the map, see if I can help. That was pretty good. All me. All me.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I think the Brood was killing us a bit here.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Like, he's still so fast. Such a fast hero.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Alright, and all my skills are maxed out now. 3.5 seconds at 50%. If you really wanted to uber slow somebody, you could probably use like a Rod of Atos or something. I think a Rod of Atos would be okay on this hero because you could Rod of Atos somebody, decrep, and then ulti them, and you would probably get a huge duration ultimate if they don't have a stun. But I kind of, the way I kind of feel about Rod of Atos, I feel like it's kind of what you need, but it's like a lot of what you don't need. The disable, you don't want another slow basically. The active is good, but it becomes really useless really fast. As soon as your opponents get a BKB, it becomes a useless item in some ways, at least during a team fight scenario. Did not mean to find any neutrals here, but then I found them, so, or spiders I meant. My mana pool is still pretty weak here, but again, I've got a bottle and I can run back to base. And at this point I was like, I'm going to buy Boots of Travel. Mobility felt like an issue here. I think Boots of Travel is the wrong choice for that. If you want to fix mobility, you should get a Blink Dagger. And I did eventually buy a Blink Dagger, but probably a lot later than I should have, I think. There's the Boots of Travel for me. Even still, Boots of Travel is a good mobility choice because it increases your movement speed by 50 over a Boots. It's like buying a second Boots, which that alone is a pretty good thing to pick up. It also saves you on TP scrolls for the rest of the game, and if I'm passively farming, or if I'm, you know, one reason that it's actually really good this game is for this, like, if there's a fight somewhere, I can actually show up to it. Like, that's really good. That was a really good snowball.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
We lost the Chaos Knight, but it worked out pretty good. What I was doing there, I was life draining the Chaos Knight because I wanted to keep him alive. The snowball from Blanket was really good there. The combo was coming, we hit inside the snowball, we came out and did a little bit of damage. So we dodged the boat and the torrent. That was great. I mech'd right afterwards, so our illusions, or at least the Chaos Knight, stayed alive for a bit. And I healed him up as well. God, we ate so many of these. We're like, Kato, who gives a shit? We don't care. Probably should have healed everybody with the mech.
Has fallen.
At this point, I just TP'd home. I should probably just drop my TP scroll.
Radiant's top
Yeah, this
tower
tooltip's bugged. It's supposed to be 50 seconds on Boots of Travel now. I don't know if that's actually bugged or not. I'll maybe look into that later. It got buffed recently to the cooldown on Boots of Travel is much lower than a TP scroll. TP scroll is 65. Boots of Travel is a lot less, 50. So, Boots of Travel now, I'm a lot faster, I can get around the map. If I'm counter pushing or if I'm defending against a Brood split push, I can also TP to fights if needed. So that's, Boots of Travel is actually okay this game. I think in a lot of games I default to it and it's the wrong choice. But I think this is actually a game where Boots of Travel is okay. The item that I want to build immediately afterwards is going to be a Ghost Scepter, and you can already see why. It's because I keep getting silenced by the Brood, and I kind of get put in a situation where I may or may not die. And I have to be careful about that. So if I get a Ghost Scepter, I don't have to worry about decrepping myself to prepare for the silence. I can just pop the Ghost Scepter. Same goes for Bloodseeker. If Bloodseeker happens to silence me, and I'm ruptured as well, I'm just going to die because there's not a whole lot I can do to defend myself. I need to be able to cast, at least, I've got a mech and I've got a bottle, but that's it. I need to be able to cast for my hero to be effective. So going for a Ghost Scepter is really good. It's maybe another reason why Pugna is not the best hero, is because you have to worry about Orchids, and Orchids are very common right now for mid-snowball heroes. Storm is a pretty popular hero, for example. We spotted this Caudal here. I didn't see him on the map, actually. Alright, Ghost Scepter is acquired. I feel like I should probably bottle up a little bit here. And, oop, there's the Brood again. It's the beauty of the Ghost Scepter.
Every coin helps.
It's quite a bit extra damage. 375 versus 225. It's a huge difference.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Could TP top. I should be looking to see what's going on. I should have TP'd here. I wanted to get more mana, I think, before I went.
Top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That silence was really big. Alright, and that's gonna be the end of the fight. Him getting, like, us getting silenced under the snowball, after the snowball was really big, because it prevented me from doing anything for 6 seconds. I can't stop that, unfortunately. Like, a Ghost Scepter is enough to buy out the regular time, but if I'm Blood Raged into an Orchid, like, the fight's over. I can't do anything. So it was maybe, I think it was okay for me to go there, but I think this bringing me with the snowball is not good. I think Chris got a little overzealous about bringing people in the snowball. Sometimes it's really good, but you have to be careful not to do it. It's kind of like when you play Shadow Demon. Disrupting your allies when they're disabled is great, but you don't want to just do it in the middle of the fight to get bonus damage, and sometimes it's not good to do it, and you have to really know those circumstances. And I think snowballing me in there got me killed partially, because I basically guaranteed that I got blood righted or whatever the heck that spell is. So I think that was a mistake by him. But I feel like we could have won that fight if I didn't get silenced there. I can deal with just the Orchid, but I can't deal with 2 silences. You could also blame me for not having a Black King bar. Not having immunity against that is definitely something that I could be avoiding. But I'm not. I don't really think I needed it at this point in this pub game at least.
Thank you.
Mana leak is really good against my hero. Make sure you pay attention when you play against a Coddle. I do not want to lose my mana pool. This part of the game was pretty frustrating because they were kind of just split pushing us everywhere and pushing our lanes in.
At last.
Go for the regen, yes. They were basically pushing all lanes in. We didn't have a lot of disables, and it was hard for us to initiate and stop people. They did waste the boat at least. It's gonna give Chachi some health here before I pop the regen. It's actually got a lot of HP. No runes, so back to farming for a bit. All these fights have been really weird. They haven't really been very standard fights. That's another thing we could say about this game. 'Tis a weird game. So one of the really nice things about Aghs is that you can quickly use it to heal your ally, and then you can quickly go to offensively use it. Or if you accidentally cast it at the wrong time, it makes up for that. It's like, oh, you got stunned, that's fine, you'll just cast it again in a second later. It's actually pretty, I really like the Aghs, honestly. And it increases the damage up by a lot, I think. Check to see what we're at. Does 300 per second with the Aghs. That's really good. That's a 50% increase at level 6. That's a 50% increase at all levels, actually. So it's 50% stronger. I mean, that obviously also reduces your HP by 50% more when you heal an ally, but it's okay. And at this point, I felt like I needed more kill potential, so I was like, I'm going to buy a Dagon. Luckily, I already had a Null Talisman, so it kind of works out. But a Dagon is pretty good on Pugna. I don't recommend rushing it early, but I think getting it later is okay. The reason it's good is because you can use Decrepify and then Dagon somebody. So it's actually pretty synergistic with the hero. It doesn't scale super well, but Dagons are actually pretty good throughout the whole game. If your opponents get BKBs, it's kind of okay because it's a burst item. You can use the Dagon usually before your opponent pops his BKB, for example. So our Chaos Knight went a really weird item build. He went phased with a Battle Fury. I don't really think this is a very good build. The reason it's not a super good build is because he basically has no attack speed for himself, which I think is the wrong choice. You want to give yourself at least some attack speed and some stats on that hero. His mana costs are not as bad as they were before, but it's still something you have to be slightly concerned about. I was hoping with the invis that I could... Oh, I just kind of wasted that. What was I talking about? Mana costs. Oh yeah, for Chaos Knight. He kind of needs stats, basically. I don't like... Phase and a Battle Fury is wrong. I think you should go Treads Battle Fury if you really want to, or maybe get a Drum as well. The reason he got Battle Fury is because he was scared about the spiders, but I think if you're really concerned about the spiders, and I think he had good reason to be concerned about the spiders, I think what he should have purchased was a Maelstrom. Just a Maelstrom. Spend like 2,800 gold or whatever the heck it is right now. Just buy that, and from there you should be able to be able to be covered. Really should have Death Pulse that. That was an easy kill. Looks like Chaos Knight got him anyways. It's quickly looking scary.
Dire's bottom tower is
Not feel like a fight that I should be in. Bloodseeker did pick up a Dagon this game. I don't know if Dagon is core on Bloodseeker yet, but it's very good. As you can see, he did like about 800 damage. It's because he damage amped himself and he damage amped his target. So he did bonus nuke damage. Just saw the Bloodseeker here. Kind of wanted to fight him. Except he's invisible. A lot of invis this game. They all bought Shadow Blades. I don't really recommend doing that if you already have a Broodmother. Buying a Shadow Blade on every hero is probably a mistake because it makes our gem and sentries and dust a lot more useful. Gonna go back and pick up my Dagon here. There we go. Just a Dagon 1 at the moment, does 400 magic damage, but what I can do is Decrep, Blast, Dagon, and then Life Drain, which is a ton of damage. 400 from Dagon, 325 from Nether Blast. That's 825 plus a Decrep. It's like I basically already have a Dagon 4 on a regular hero, but also a Decrep. It's like I essentially have a Dagon 4 E-Blade already. That's without my ulti. That's pretty cool, actually. That's all you really need. You just need 4 levels of Decrep, 4 levels of Blast, and a Dagon, and you basically got a Dagon 4 E-Blade. I guess that's not exactly true, because E-Blade also does damage based on your primary stat. So I'm missing that damage. But I have the whole Dagon component. So I have pretty big burst damage. Put Aghanims on top of that, I easily have more than a Dagon E-Blade. The thing I'm majorly missing, though, is a Blink Dagger. There's not really a lot of heroes right now in Dota that shouldn't buy a Blink Dagger. And especially when I have this much farm, it's kind of a mistake for me to be this immobile. I don't have a Force Staff and I don't have a Blink. Like, it basically means that I don't have control over initiating. It kind of forces me to be at the vulnerability of what my opponents choose to do. And that's definitely one of the issues this game. Like right there. That guy should have died. He was standing in the middle of 3 of our heroes. If we had a Yules or something, we could Yules him and Ice Path him and he would have died. But we didn't have any ability to do that, unfortunately. We didn't have any control over our opponents. I don't know what Jerry built. He actually went Veil first, which is completely the wrong build. You always go Yules. If you want to, I actually Dagon to creep there. Bit of a mistake. Try not to Dagon to creeps. You should always get Yules really fast on Jakiro. The only exception is if there's some games where you really need to get a Force first. If you're against like a Clockwork or a Skywrath Mage or something like that, and you're really worried about them ulting you or cogging you in, a Force Staff first is sometimes the right choice, but almost always I'll buy Yules first on Jakiro. So we felt like we could push here. Cuddle was dead for a little bit. I want to put my Nether Ward really aggressively. So I felt like if they're approaching, it'll... See, look at that. Wow, that guy died. Holy crap. This looks really bad.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I was like really focusing on healing him. I should have killed the Cuddle though. I didn't do this fight very well.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack. Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen. Radiant's bottom barracks.
I think I could have done that better. It was pretty good, but I could have done it better. Should have blasted as well. I neglected to blast there. He would have died a little faster. But it worked out pretty okay. Slows from Jakiro with Decrepify works out alright. We got the Rax mid, we got Rax bottom, so it's an okay trade. Considering they have a Brood. Could be worse. It's only a Dagon 2 at this point, but still nice to have. It's usually worth it to deny your towers whenever you can, in my opinion. Unless you're really far ahead. If you're really far ahead, I would say don't deny. But if you're in a close game at all, I think it's worth denying. Unless you really need map control, or if you want a tower that's kind of close to Roshan Pit, it's kind of nice to have. It's a really fast way to farm. Costs a lot of mana though. That was about 300 mana to do Decrep Blast, or Decrep Life Drain. If I had a Blink here, and Detection, that guy would definitely be dead. I just got Dagoned. Bunch of jerks, man. Dude, I found a lot of regens this game. I was so mad about this. I was literally not moving. I used my regen and Rupture blocked it. I was so pissed. I was like, and that right there stopped his urn as well. Took no damage, but the Rupture disabled it. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that or not. I thought in the past like you can bottle and salve and stuff through Rupture, but only if you're standing still generally. And it still worked on me. I mean, it doesn't matter that much because I hit full HP, but that made me upset. It's like, what the heck? It should be working. I felt like it was going to at least. Man, everybody built Dagons this game. Kind of interesting. I don't exactly know why. I saw this fight happen. I fucked this up. I got fucked up. I'm sure the Netherwood did pretty good damage there. I basically sacrificed a lot of my HP and offensive potential to try to heal up the Chaos Knight, but I think this is the wrong move because he wasn't really very farmed anyways. He had a Battle Fury and pieces of an AC now. AC also isn't very good for his illusions. I think he really needed to focus more on HP items, like strength items this game, because they would have given his illusions a lot more damage. There's the net worth if you guys are curious. I think I did that fight pretty bad. I messed up the combo on the Brood. Again, Decrep, Blast, Dagon, Life Drain. And I did like Decrep, Life Drain, and I was like, oh shoot, I forgot to like Dagon or something, so I Dagoned, you know. If you don't do the combos right, you're really limiting what the hero can do. And Pugna kind of takes a lot of mechanical skill to execute correctly.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Did he use Ghost Scepter just now? He did. I heard it. I was wondering why that guy died so fast in the game. I was like, man, that guy got wrecked. I decrept him, and then he used Ghost Scepter on top of it. Like, that's why it killed him so quickly. I thought he just had Blood Rage on or something like that. But he actually just decrept himself when he was taking a ton of magic damage. That was a big mistake. That was kind of a fun fight, though.
Every coin helps.
These fights are really scary because everybody's using Dagons and they have a bunch of like unpredictable damage basically. It makes things quite scary. My int pool is so stupidly high though. Is that Dagon 4 I think? Yeah. I don't think I did my combos very well in that fight. I was kind of watching some of them and I keep forgetting to blast before I life drain. I don't think there's, I guess it's about a second. Like, if you life drain, or if you nether blast first, you're doing about a second worth of channeled life drain, but it's still worth casting for the burst. Like, there's no reason not to do the Dagon, or not to blast. I messed it up a lot. I consistently forgot. It's not like I'm lacking on mana in any way. Like, I have 2,000 mana and I have a Boots of Travel. I should be using it. I think my team was kind of pushing up, but I'm fine to push a lane. Definitely important to do. Need to draw my ward. Again, the boat makes things a little hard. Man, I dropped that so late. Oh, we actually got him.
My brood will avenge me.
We're finally getting somewhere.
It's a full combo there. Blood Rage, E-Blade, Dagon. Killed our Jakiro pretty much from full. If he had a Yules though, he could dodge that. That's maybe something to be criticized for him about. If he had a Yules and he got E-Bladed, he can just jump, you know. Throw himself in the air. If you stop the E-Blade damage alone, like that's a huge component of you dying. That's what he has. Midas, E-Blade, Dagon, Shadowblade. At this point I was pretty fed up with not having detection at the right times. Again, this is definitely on me. But the game's pretty hard here, because it's really hard to pressure. Felt like I'm in a pretty good spot though. I'm pretty mobile, I have a lot of offensive potential, I can save allies, I can definitely save myself. I don't really feel like there's any kind of a threat that can deal with me. If they had a Hex or something like that, I would maybe be worried. But I think part of the issue is that the skill level in this game is much lower. It's like a lot of 4K players. Let's see what the Cast Knight has. Just Battle Fury and AC, so he's farming pretty slowly. Definitely need a lot more than that on a typical carry. And AC right after the Battle Fury is a weird build. It like makes your hero fine. Like it's fine if that way. If Cast Knight was a hero without illusions, it'd be fine. But with the illusions, 2 of those items do like nothing, virtually nothing for the hero. I think at most he gets the minus armor aura when the illusions attack, and I don't know if they get the attack speed or not. I don't think they do from the aura. I know you don't get the attack speed from the item itself, the 35 or whatever. You might get it from the aura, but it's not very good. He'd be much better off to have like Armlet, Maelstrom with a heart or something. Way more. Obviously that's a lot more farm, but if he did go the correct items, he might have survived more fights and done more damage, you know. I don't know if we're expecting them to rush here. I'm not sure why I looked just now. Maybe we're expecting them to rush, I guess. Somebody must have been pinging it.
Roshan has fallen to the Dagon.
I did that fight really bad. Man, Blood Rite is so frustrating. If you're playing a caster like this, like, boy is that annoying. Really didn't do that fight very well. I felt like I played this game better than I did. I played the game, like watching now, I played way worse than I thought I did. I just didn't do combos. I never did decrep blast Dagon into ulti. It was always like decrep ulti. I didn't utilize my items well. I'll have to play Pugna more maybe. I actually liked playing him a lot this game. I had fun. But he's not always very useful in a Dota game. There's a lot of times where he becomes kind of peaks off. He was useful this game, but I wasn't even playing it well. Kind of frustrating. Frustrating that this is the best Pugna game that I've had in a long time, and I played him so bad.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
With Broodmother dead for 10 seconds, this should give us a chance to go high ground. Especially with the boat missing. Mech? Oh, I didn't mech. This fight is super over. I don't know if I ditched too early there. I don't know. I'm not sure. I should have dropped the Nether Ward, first of all, a lot earlier. I should have mech'd and healed the Chaos Knight, and I didn't do that. I should have turned off the stream, I think. I think that really affected me. It's always kind of fun to play while distracted slightly, because you feel like you're accomplishing more when you do well, but it also makes you not focus on the mistakes that you made. And I made a lot of mistakes and I didn't realize it.
I'll take that.
So because we had a ton of dead heroes, it looked heavily like they were going to push and try to get a Rax. So I did what I needed to do, which was go for the split push. Since our top lane kind of was in a position to push, and my hero's stupidly fast, I just ran across the map and now I'm going to threaten the counter push. I see the Kunkka's already back. So this means that I'm probably okay to back off now. And if you look at the map, they're now running across the map to come kill me, which is their mistake. They should have probably gone to fight or something. At this point I thought maybe I should have stayed longer. So I looked on the map, there were a couple of heroes that were still pushing. I might have been able to do some nasty split push stuff, basically. I don't think we had a gem at this point. Yeah, we didn't have... oh, we did actually. Chachi still had one. They have 3 Dagons, by the way. A lot of Dagons. So scary, man. I think if they got like hexes or something, they could have won this game maybe. Would have been a lot easier.
Invisibility.
Pugna's pretty good at pushing though. Good at farming, good at pushing. It's a 4.5 second cooldown for another blast. It's so good. 5.5, sorry. Felt kind of dangerous there, that's why I blinked. Because I was like, I'm the only person on the map. None of my team is even close to me, and I don't see any of their heroes. They could very easily be initiated on me. And then since I don't have a BKB, them jumping on me would be really dangerous. Oh, it's an invisible Kunkka right there. You can only see these little things in the replays. You can't see it in the game. At this point I was telling my team that we needed to get picks and things like that. We should stop showing as much. We need to wait until people approach forward and then we can jump on and kill them. Because right now we're just kind of being split pushed around the map and it's really difficult for us to deal with it. So we didn't have a lot of offensive capabilities. Like I couldn't, like for me to jump on the Coddle, I'd have to blink and then decrep him and wait for my team to catch up, and that's really inefficient. It'd be a lot better off if like, not that Chaos Knight should have a blink dagger, but if Chaos Knight could blink stun, or Jakira could blink Yule's stun, that would be fantastic. We had a lot of trouble getting those opportunities though. Did that a little sloppy, but it worked. Forgot to blast again, but at least I did the Dagon. It's really slow too. Should have done that a lot faster. Getting those kills gives us a bit of space as well. It's really nice. We have a bit of a warding problem this game. I was thinking about next items to get. I could have made an E-Blade, E-Blade actually would have been really good here if I had the mechanics. I don't think I was capable. I have 180 int, so if I can E-Blade, that does a huge nuke. Then I can decrep, and then I can Dagon on top of that, and it would do a stupid amount of damage. But I think that might have been actually good to get, but I don't... If I had the mechanics to do it, I think it'd be worth getting. It does so much damage.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Probably should have Dagon before I died.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I felt a little ditched there. In fact, I felt really ditched. My team didn't teleport until I bought back, essentially. Like, they should have teleported as soon as there were people in our base. Buying back there is not that big of a deal. It did kill my next item for a long time, but I'm already pretty much 6 slotted, so it's not that big of a loss. If I had a BKB, that would have been okay. I wouldn't have died, so you could criticize me for that, definitely. If I could go Magic Immune, the silence wouldn't have hit me, and I could have just mana drained, or HP drained. Life drained, whatever you want to call it. I'm not getting any gold for these, by the way, just levels, because I just bought back. Also, the next time I die, I'm going to be dead for a really long time, like 120. Forgot to blast again.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Wow, I blasted that whole wave and I got nothing for it. I didn't even notice. I think I forgot about... I noticed when I was neutraling at first after I bought back that I wasn't getting anything for it. But that was bad. I just literally stole like... That was like 300 gold that I just blasted and I didn't actually get. That was terrible. God. I feel really guilty about that. What a crappy blast. Now I'm getting farm. This Kunk is actually just waiting here. See who shows up. I don't think he can kill me. Oh, it's a spider actually. This Chaos Knight's getting kills. Actually still chasing people. That looks bad. Well, they got him. Looks like it took like 3 or 4 heroes. This is kind of scary. I don't think our Chaos Knight had buyback there. He does not. He's actually pretty close though. Pretty close to having buyback. I didn't actually feel too concerned with you know, if this is one of the problems of the build that the Bloodseeker went. If you go the Dagon build, you can get kills, but you don't really translate into anything else. Like, he's 7,000 gold ahead of me, and that should terrify me, but it didn't matter that much because he didn't go a DPS build. If he went like Abyssal Blade and BKB or something, this guy would end the game. But he's got a Dagon and an E-Blade, which means he can kill one person, or he can do a lot of damage to one person every fight. And then he has to wait like 20 seconds. Like, if he just went carry items, it'd be so much different. Lost a lot of HP to that, by the way. Life drain's so good. God, I should dag on that guy.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I could have done that so much better. I don't think I should have Dagon the Caudal. Oh my god, the spiders.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, I don't think I should have Dagon. I should have Dagon the Caudal, or Dagon the Windrunner, and Blast ultied the Caudal, and I would have gotten both. That was not good. Did somebody Ghost Scepter? Really? I don't remember doing that. I thought I sold my mech here, but I guess I sold my Ghost Scepter. A little bit of a weird choice, I think. Necro 3 was really useful this game. Ghost Scepter was at times useful, but I felt like at this point in the game, I think this is what I felt at the time. At this point in the game, I wasn't really getting targeted very much for physical right clicks, so I felt like, and keeping the mech I think was important because my HP is really high, and the amount of HP I gain during a fight is really high, so keeping armor is really beneficial because it's going to make your HP go a lot longer than a Ghost Scepter will. Ghost Scepter is like little bursts of damage where you're afraid about dying. Armor is going to help it a lot more in the long cause, I feel. So Mechanism, Necro 3 was the way to go, I think. Necro 3 was nice because a lot of the times when I was trying to kill somebody, they would just go invisible and I wouldn't be able to deal with that. I don't want to carry a gem, so Necro is a good way to counter that. You can basically say like, oh, well, I mean, I don't want to buy a gem, but I'm going to buy this item that gives me a ton of HP, and it really does. It gives me 16 strength, so that's 190 plus 6 times 19, which is like 100 or something. Yeah, it's like a little bit more than 100. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. So it's about 250, 300 strength.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
I wish I had my blink here.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
I actually did the combo right here.
Dire's top barracks has fallen. Dire's top barracks has fallen.
The mana burn did a lot of damage there. You couldn't really see it because I'm on a replay, but I toggled to the mana burn creep and I burned him as well. He's decrept. It did a lot of damage. So right there, Necro 3 gets us a kill. The gem didn't have to be there. Things are pretty good there. That was good. I was happy with that. Brood's dead. 3 heroes are dead. Necro's good at pushing as well. My mana regen, despite having 0% based mana regen items, is actually not bad. 8.4. That's pretty solid. And I have 3,000 mana, so I can actually fight like 2 or 3 times before I run out. It's really nice. One of the nice things about Pugna. Just naturally, I mean, I do have a lot of plus int items with the Necro 3 that gives me a ton. 24 int, 25 int, 10 int.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I lost way too much mana just now.
Dire's bottom tower
That was bad.
has fallen. Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
I really don't like my camera positioning here.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom barracks
Got the tower.
has fallen. Radiant's middle barracks.
I think I just bought back. Is that the first time I died after I bought back? I think it was.
Dire's
I had 120 seconds and I bought back. It means that if I died this time, I would actually be dead for like 150 or something stupidly long. No, it'd be like 160 seconds I'd be dead for. It's one of the problems with only dying and during buybacks, but it doesn't matter because we got the racks there. I basically sacrificed my health. I actually didn't know if I'd buy back because I wasn't planning ahead. I didn't know if I'd buy back, and I sacrificed myself for the racks, essentially, like guaranteeing that the racks died. And I think that was the right choice. If I didn't have buyback, they could have won the game right there, though, so that was a little scary. But this is exactly the problem with the build. Bloodseeker literally can kill one hero, and that's it. Look at him. He's got Dagon, E-Blade's got a Butterfly, and a Shadow Blade, and a Heart. The Heart does nothing for his carry potential, just helps him survive bursts. Like, why not get a BKB instead? If you got a BKB instead of a Heart, and he, like, sold the Shadow Blade to get, like, an Abyssal or something, he would actually do really good damage. But with just a Butterfly, it's not enough. Like, granted, we have a lot of nukes, so maybe it wouldn't be the right choice, but like he needs a BKB or damage items. He needs a BKB and damage items at this point. Like an E-Blade Dagon isn't very useful, I don't think. I think having the E-Blade alone is really not doing a whole lot. I guess he gets attack speed from it and stuff, but that was absolutely pathetic by our team. What we should do at this point is just 5-man. We don't have to worry about any of the other lanes because they're all pushing really hard. So now we just have to make sure we don't lose any fight. If we lose a fight, the game's over. If I die, then I'm dead for forever, essentially. Like 2.5 minutes. So we need to just stick together as 5, make sure that they don't lose it, they don't win a team fight versus us, and then we slowly walk in and we take the throne. The game is essentially unlosable right here, but still losable. He forgot to armlet before he used his illusions.
Tower is under attack.
Just gonna stay really far back.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's ancient is under attack. Radiant victory.
Alright, and that's Pugna. We went pretty well late game. I think this game was maybe not the best example because our opponents didn't buy Black King bars, and Black King bars would have made things a lot harder. It's like everybody is like, you know what? Instead of buying a real item, I'm gonna buy Dagons, and that's what everybody did. Like, Keeper of the Light didn't have a Force Staff. There weren't hexes. There was like so much money spent. Like even Wind Ranger went E-Blade Dagon. What the hell is going on in this game? Like, why would they do this build? It's not very strong. You saw it. Like, we all just stayed alive and kept healing each other. Like, it wasn't very useful, and it's certainly not good against a Chaos Knight. Like, if Chaos Knight splits into illusions, what are you gonna do? Dagon every single one of his illusions? Like, it does so little. So, I don't know. I think mainly our opponents didn't play this game correctly. It wasn't as much Pugna being useful, but it was a pretty fun Pugna game, and I hope you guys learned a little bit about it. I honestly played pretty terrible. My KDA is good, but my mechanics were terrible. Decrep Blast, Dagon, ulti. Every single time. I need to go in like a pub game, like a lobby, and practice that, I think, to get my mechanics up a bit. Just practicing that stuff a little bit helps. So, I have no idea what video I'm making tomorrow. I'll have to play some games today. There's a little fish on this Kunkka. I don't know what's up with that. Maybe it's a cosmetic. I don't know. But thanks for watching, and I'll hopefully stream for you guys soon. Maybe tomorrow. I'll see if I feel like it. I might be busy though. And gonna keep playing solo queue. I'm now at like 50, 60 MMR solo. My party is still pretty close to 4,500. It's so hard to game party MMR. God, because it takes so many games, and most of the games you find at that level are like on balance. You get like 10 MMR or something. That's not enough. So, anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I will see you later, and thanks for watching the channel. Bye.